Hey there YouTube, AJ here, and getting back into skateboarding again after injuries and such, and I'm doing it in a big way. What do I mean by that? Well, we got some monster ACE-80 trucks, and I forget how wide these are, but they're about 10 inches wide, but they're big. We got a set of big old slime balls, 60 millimeter, 97A durometer. What are we gonna put these on? Got a set of extra long rails, 20 inches from Little John's. Got these and some specialty risers. Gotta need these risers to avoid wheel bite with those 60 mils. And then on this rear riser, it's sloped at the front, and that's gonna hopefully help me climb up curbs and stuff, because I'm gonna need some help to move this board around, and you're gonna see why in a minute. Got me an old school tail skid plate, amphetamine bearings because they were on sale, and they came with spacers, and I like to run spacers in my stuff. Got a set of extra long hardware, some T-bolts, sex bolts, rat nuts, whatever you want to call these things. Yeah, I got generic ones, but got those. Got a bunch of mob grip tape, just pieces and parts that I had laying around. And then the piece de resistance. Look at this big boy. Got this big board from Everybody Skates. These are their new jumbo boards, or what do they call them? I forget what they call them. But anyway, look at the size of this thing, and check out this graphic. I went with the Burning Klansman design. I always wanted one of the Nodus hanging Klansmans. You know, I haven't been able to find one cheap enough for me to hang on my wall, but this has the hanging Klansman burning, and yeah, I dig it. It's a super cool design by Nodus and someone else, I think, but I forget who. Anyway, this thing is bitchin'. Check out how wide this is. Look at that. It almost completely covers the headlights on my Jeep grill. This thing's insane. It's massive. It's like having a small surfboard. I saw this on the Ventures in Skateboarding 40 Plus. I forget which version he got, but this is where I saw this board first, and I started checking it out, and I was sold, man. I was like, I gotta have one of those. It's either the best or dumbest purchase I've ever made in the skateboarding world. So, but it's really super cool. And for scale, I did buy me a wall hanger too. So this one's gonna go on my wall. This one we're gonna beat to death and play with. But look at that. These things are just crazy. Anyway, we're gonna start throwing this thing together. There's nothing super special about the build of this, really. Just extra big components, more screws, more bolts type stuff. Except for maybe the grip tape. You know, this is a lot of surface area to work with, and I probably should have just bought the pre-cut grip tape for this thing, but I went to go with what I have, and I got this couple of different pieces of mob, and I got some more mob inside if I need it. But yeah, I figured I'd just piece this together like I did when I was a kid, and 2-port-by grip tape. So I just used pieces and parts. I'm gonna get to building this, and I'm not gonna make you watch it all in detail. Maybe I'll throw you in time lapse and fast forward it. You can slow it down if you want to watch it more, but yeah, this is crazy. Let's get this thing built so we can ride it. Alright, well, not my best grip tape job ever, but it kind of fits the chaoticness of this board. Obviously I intended for these to be all more square and even spaced, put the yellow lines in there, but I screwed up right from the get-go. I got this one on crooked, and well, it just kind of went from there. Although overall, I think from a distance it kind of looks neat. I don't think it looks too bad. Okay. And you know, it's still grip tape and it'll work, it'll function until it don't. So now let's get the rest of this thing set up. Alright, got our trucks installed. Got our riser pad, rear riser to help keep it from catching. Anybody see me almost put the front truck on backwards? I caught myself, but yeah, I almost put the front truck on backwards. Alright, moving on. Let's get to the wheels. Well, I got the wheels on, but man, that was a struggle. I thought it was the bearings. I thought the amphetamine bearings were misshapen or something, because they did not want to go on right. But then the closer I got to looking at it, turns out the spacers that came with the bearings just didn't want to go over the axles. 2 of the 4 were so tight I had to hammer them on to get them over the axle. But anyway, they're all on now. We're good there. Last part of our install so we can ride this thing. Rails, skid plate. We're going to start with the rails because I think the rails are going to be easier. Process is the same except for these Little John rails actually come with adhesive strips on them, so you can stick them where you want them and then drill them. That makes it a lot easier in my opinion. So, and the reason I'm adding rails, quite honestly, I want to make this graphic last as long as possible, so you know, try to protect it a little bit. Okay, so got the rails on, got this Century skid plate that I was going to put on here. I'm looking at this, and I bet this thing is 3D printed. And I have a 3D printer, so I don't know why. I'm going to have to start printing my own skid plates and maybe even rails. Thinking about this. Yeah. Anyway, let's get this on. Alright, so we got the rails and skid plate attached with screws, wood screws, and it's been my experience that wood screws tend to work themselves loose over time. And even, I don't know if you can see it through here, but if you look under that rail, there's a gap. Same thing on the skid plate. I can't tighten these screws down tight enough to pull this flat without them stripping out the wood. So I'm going to install what are called T-nuts, sex bolts, Chicago bolts. Anyway, one side is a machine screw like normal, and then the other side is this T-shaped nut that it goes into, and you can tighten it down against each other. So I'm going to go ahead and drill all these holes out one at a time, and then, or maybe a couple at a time, but anyway, drill and then replace them, then drill, replace as we go. there you go. There's the build. We got our rails on with our T-nuts, sex bolts, Chicago bolts, whatever you want to call them. Rat nuts was the old PAL version, I think, I don't remember who made rat nuts. I think it was PAL. Anyway, got our wheels, big old trucks. I think it looks pretty cool, even with the jacked up grip tape job. But yeah, I guess it's time to start playing with this thing, see how it goes. We're gonna start out easy because I don't know how well this thing's gonna handle. And so I'm just gonna play around here and try to get the feel of it before we do anything more. Boy, this is a big boy. It does give you kind of a surfing vibe because you have to really throw your body into it. Heck, maybe it's not the best board for me to be getting back into skateboarding on because, you know, it's going to take a lot to control it. But I think if I can learn to ride this thing halfway decent, then that's really going to help my skating my regular board. All right, let's keep going. Wheel. It happened off camera behind the Jeep, but I went to lean into a turn heavy and got some severe wheel bite. So the trucks need tighter. Probably need to wax the wheel wells. See if I can do it. Yep, like that. That was the rear. Last time it was the front, but let's grab a T-wrench and some wax. I did tighten these trucks a little bit when I put it together, just because I like trucks a little on the tighter side, but they need more. I'm going to put a full turn into both of them. Alright, now the other thing we're going to do is where the wheels hit, I'm going to try to get some wax in there. Try to help if they do dig in, maybe they won't grab as much. Fortunately, where the wheels bit in, I can see right where they're rubbing. Alright, let's give it a couple more little practice runs. Shabby now, seems to be handling a lot better with the type of trucks, and kind of manual pretty good. I'm going to see if we can do some little tricks here. I think I'm going to start out with what used to be one of my most consistent tricks, and that's a fakie shove. So we'll try that. Alright. It takes some effort. Oh, almost. Definitely going to need to land more to the bolts because later on the edge there, it pinch down pretty quick on the wheels. We're getting closer. Jeez. It is wearing me out though. landed with my feet way too close together. We're almost there now. It's gonna be a battle for a simple trick though. That one's so weird. That takes a lot more pop. I did like my normal pop and it barely got the nose off the ground. Jeez. This thing's crazy. Oh. I'm not sure if the back wheels got off the ground or not.
If I could, I'd leave me too. 'Cause that's what it feels.
Holy crap. One, I'm out of shape. I haven't been exercising or riding for almost. I'm way out of shape. I'm tired already. Two, my legs are a lot weaker than that. Three, this board takes a lot more impact. I think I barely got him off the ground that time. You know what? Just gotta take some more practice. We're gonna have future videos on this board. I want to do a couple different things with it. I want to break out all my toys and try to do some stuff on them, as well as get more tricks on it. For now, let's take it on a bit of a downhill run and see how it cruises. GoPro turn off. GoPro turn off. You gotta be kidding me. GoPro stop recording. Well, I'm having all kinds of video issues today. My drone couldn't keep up with me on the skateboard, so I didn't get the cool shots I wanted. I'm actually about to redo everything that I did for my outro part video. Basically, because my drone didn't keep up, I couldn't get the cool shots I wanted. I decided to go ahead and I wanted to get that fakie shove, and I did. One really sketchy one, but I did it, so I'm going to try to do that again. And then I tried a couple kick flips. Did better than I thought, but still, this board's a behemoth to try to kick flip. And then I did my whole outro, so I got to do all that again. So here we go. Hey, all right. So that only took me one try that time, which is better. It took me 3 or 4 the last time, and the land was sketchier last time. So this was a sketchier land. Although the last time I did wipe out once when I landed heavy on the edge and wheel bit and flipped off, but you know, so you missed that. All right, let's go try the kick flip. Maybe. Nah, let's be real. I'm not gonna get this kick flip. But we're gonna give it a try so you can see this thing. All right, so the only way for me to really even try, because of the way this board leans so heavy when I get on the edge, I have to put my back foot way out here on the tail to get my right foot over here far enough to where I can stay flat enough to try it. It's kind of a weird position, but I'm not expecting any more than last time, but we're gonna give it another go. Whoa, that was better than last time. Do I think I can stay over the board and do that? I don't think so. It would be super cool to end this video on a land. Oh, no, ankle bite. All right, I'm gonna be real honest. I'm exhausted. We're approaching 90 degrees. It's high humidity. I haven't skated any real amount for over a year. I'm honestly exhausted. I'm out of shape. I'm overweight. I gotta quit before I hurt myself here today. But I think I'm gonna keep working. I think I can get a kickflip on this thing, especially that first attempt there, which was actually like the 5th or 6th attempt, because you didn't get to see the other ones because I screwed up the video. Anyway, the first attempt there, that was a pretty good flip. So I think I can do it. It's just going to take me getting back into shape, and I think skating this board is actually going to help me get into shape because it requires me to put a lot more effort and body motion into the skating. I think it'll help me deliver. I think it'll help me develop my basics better again. So we're going to keep skating this board for a while. I'm going to try to kind of make it my main board for a little bit. As I was saying into the previous video that crashed out, the plan is I'm going to keep skating it. I'm going to do a couple more videos on it because I know there wasn't a lot of skating in this one. I'm going to break out all my little obstacles and toys, see what I can do on those with it, just for fun. I don't expect that, you know, you're not going to see great skating, but you might see me fall quite a bit. But I just think it's really fun to skate. It's crazy. This is either the best or dumbest skateboard I've ever bought. I don't know which yet. But I mean, all the giant components, if nothing else, got this super sweet graphic. It's sick. Next step after that, after I break out my obstacles, so I'm trying to think like I'm going to do a video a month on this thing for the next 2 months at least. So next month in June, celebrating my 59th birthday, I am going to try to do the obstacle in my driveway here with all my own skate obstacles, and then hopefully in July I will be skating well enough that I won't feel embarrassed to go to our local DIY again, and I'll go down to our local DIY with this monster, and I'm going to see how some of the good skaters can skate it. I'll have them try it out and film them doing it, and we'll see what we can get there. And obviously I'm going to skate there too, but that's what that's the plan right now. So June, July, we'll each get a video of this. So hopefully you'll subscribe and follow along with me, and hope you've enjoyed this video and this board. There's a few other videos out there on these. Check them out. Seeing people skate this board is fun. I mean, it's just kind of cool. Anyway, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Subscribing really helps out my channel, helps me grow. Appreciate it. And yeah, come back in June and we'll see what else I can do on this in another month. Till then, YouTube, later.